Hello, my fellow Chaos Goblins. This is Tiberius, the queer and chaotic crafter, and I had an idea in the middle of the night last night for a Halloween decoration, and I don't know if it's gonna work. So if you're seeing this, it either worked or I failed so hilariously I posted it. Um, so what I'm doing is I'm taking this vase that I have. I don't think it matters the shape of the vase, really. And I'm taking this tissue paper here that I poured for some weird reason after I've already opened the present that it's in, but that is not relevant right now. So, and what I'm gonna do first is I'm going to cover this in Mod Podge. It's I don't think it doesn't really matter if you use the gloss or the matte. It's just the matte is all I mean the gloss is all I have left. Anybody else think that Mod Podge smells like sunscreen that's been like over processed? Because I definitely do. So I'm getting it on there pretty generously. Now, I don't want this to dry before I get the tissue paper on it. So I'm actually going to put the tissue paper on it like a little bit at a time to avoid drying out. Trying to keep this in frame. I guess I could just set it on the table. I'm actually standing up this time because if you've watched my last few videos, the camera has turned off on me. And one time I got through an entire filming process and the camera cut off. And I was very upset. And I will be very upset again if that happens again. So yeah, I'm just Mod Podge. My idea was I could probably make a vase look tarnished. If I did this. And like I woke up at 3 a.m. because I had this idea. And I'm just kind of coating it around. Doing it in a couple layers. I'm trying to make sure everything stays stuck to this. Ah, damn it. Yeah, I bought these from the Dollar Tree. I do not recommend them. I had to cut the tips off because the tips were so long. You can find good craft supplies at the Dollar Tree, but it's always dang it. Oh hey, there's one already in here. But it's always been really hit or miss for me. I know it's weird that I keep it. Oh my god. I know it's weird that I keep it inside the Mod Podge. But like I don't like cleaning these, and you don't have to clean it if it just sits in there. Or at least that's my logic with it anyway. And I'm just taking this and tearing it off. Because I don't need it. And I'm so tempted to save it because I have a problem. Anybody else have a problem with hoarding craft supplies? Because it takes an act of God to get me to admit that I'm never going to use something and get rid of craft supplies. Just pushing that down. Now, if you're going to put something in this vase, don't do what I just did, but I'm going to put fake flowers in it. So it doesn't matter. And then gonna I'm gonna go over the whole vase with Mod Podge. Just make sure everything's, gonna stick. I don't want to rub too hard because it might break the tissue paper. But I do need the tissue paper to be kind of firm. Which is why I'm adding all the Mod Podge that I'm adding. And I'm getting it all over my hands. Yes, all over my hands. This is awesome. I hate the feeling of things on my hands, personally. I'm okay with paint, but sticky stuff is, I don't like. I do not like the sticky stuff. Do not like the sticky stuff at all. Oh, dang it. Oh dear. Oh dear. My hands are sticky. About that, I had a camera malfunction where I knocked it over by mistake. And I've got it on all the sides pretty evenly. And I'm just going to let that dry for like an hour and I will be back. Alright, I'm back. I have no idea how long it actually took to dry because I fell asleep for 18 hours. And I didn't get around to working on this until like 5, and I think I started yesterday at like 11, so it's been over 24 hours now. So if you do this and I still didn't grab the gesso, that's another reason why I haven't done it all day, is because I keep forgetting what it is that I am doing. I've come into my craft room multiple times and been like, why am I in here? And now I know why I'm in here. I actually started like 5 projects because I couldn't remember why I was in here. And I have, a smidge of the ADHD. Let me go grab my gesso. Okay, so I'm using Liquitex Basic Acrylics gesso because the tissue paper feels kind of soft and it's sticky in some places, and I want to make sure that that stickiness goes away and that I can definitely put stuff on here without it tearing. Shake it up. I don't actually know if you're supposed to shake it. I just always do. That should be enough. Maybe a little more. Okay. I always shake everything before I pour it out because it's liquid. It's just become a habit of mine. So, it turns out my parents bought powdered milk as a kid. And I didn't know this, and that's why they always shook the jug of milk. And we also drink a lot of Tang. So everything that we had in a jug had to be shake. So now it's just become a habit to shake any kind of liquid. I also use another reason is I use old paint sometimes because I'm poor and I have to get my paint from the thrift store sometimes. Um, I also don't want this to be, so many cracks in it. 'Cause some of the pieces are sticking like way up, and I'm trying to kind of smooth that out a bit. I don't think that I'm gonna go ahead and say I really don't think this is gonna come out the way I envisioned it, but I do think it's still going to be cool and worth doing. Um, but yeah, I'll have to rewatch this and see if I swore in it. I think I may have not sworn, which, if you know me, is a big accomplishment. I mean, I've gone through videos before where I haven't sworn, but I like to give a content warning. Uh, just because some people really are very much against swearing. I personally don't understand, but I think it's an older generation thing, maybe. I don't know. And I'm gonna put my fist inside of it. Because that seems easier. But my day was really productive, despite sleeping 18 hours yesterday. I woke up feeling, freaking great. Like, I cleaned my entire house today, and I feel good in not a way where I have the zoomies, but in like a regular sort of this is a good day kind of way. Also, the zoomies is what I call a manic episode. Because it's people understand more if you say zoomies than they do manic episode. Because it's like, when pets run around the house. I need more gesso. And I just feel people understand it a lot better when I say that. What's the longest you've ever been asleep? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious. I once slept for 24 hours straight. I have CFS, which is chronic fatigue syndrome, so it happens from time to time where I'll just sleep and sleep and sleep. It's kind of difficult to live with because you can't always take a nap, and when I can't take a nap sometimes, not all the time, but I will physically pass out because I need the sleep. Uh being chronically ill is so much fun. I once had a woman. I was calling to the doctor's office, and it was like noon when she called me, and I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm groggy. I just woke up." And she was like, "Must be nice." And I was like, "Yeah, having a chronic illness is great. I love it." I can, I'm see the thing is I can use sarcasm, but God, I cannot understand it when somebody else is using it with me unless they have a very exaggerated voice. Like, it is really hard for me to grasp onto that someone's being sarcastic and not mean. I think I've covered this whole thing, but I still have gesso right here, so I'm gonna, cover it some more. Also, I have very limited black paint, so I am hoping I can get this whole thing covered. And I'm getting gesso all over me. But yeah, I'm hoping to get this whole thing covered in the stuff. I feel like I've neglected the top a bit. Some of you are going to comment, like, you missed this spot over here. And, like, you need to chill if your instinct is to tell me I missed a spot or several spots. Like, chill. Because, it's not like I can go back and do something like that. Something, I saw a comment on somebody else's video where this woman made a Dollar Tree junk journal, like used all Dollar Tree supplies, and some lady commented on it like, it's all new items, it's not really a junk journal. And I was just like, man, you must be a thrill at parties. Like, why do you, like, who cares that much to comment? Like, seriously, I only comment when I think stuff is really cool or I need more information on something. I'm not gonna lie, I do think very mean and sometimes snarky things on crafter YouTube videos, but I don't comment them. I keep them to myself and to my spouse because we make fun of them together. Because some are really bad, and it's okay if it's bad. You shouldn't, comment that it's bad unless you were asked for constructive criticism. I'd say asked. Like, I'm okay with receiving constructive criticism, but not everybody is. Like, I can definitely take constructive criticism because it helps me get better. But, if it's not asked for, don't give it. Because, my mom really nailed into me as a kid that if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. Which I mostly live by. Sometimes I get angry though, and I'll say some really messed up shit when I'm angry. Ah, damn it, I cussed. Oh well. I'll just put a warning on this that I swore. Okay, that is all the gesso that I have on here. On my palette, and I think that it's good and coated. Let me see if I can get a little bit more, get some on there. I think it's good and coated. You know, I'm not worrying about the inside because no one's gonna see the inside of it. If you care about the inside, like if you're gonna put something like real flowers or something in this, and there's gonna be water in it, I would, not only I would use a different type of Mod Podge. They do have some for like that's dishwasher safe, and that's pretty good, I think, to have liquid in. Um, my hand is messy. Good old baby wipe time. Except this isn't a baby wipe; it's a wet one. But yeah, I'd use that instead, and I would try to avoid getting any tissue paper on the inside. I just did that because I'm lazy. Uh, yeah. I want to be like, to try and say, like, oh, I did it because I wanted it flush with the edge. But no, because I could have made it flush with the edge by cutting it. I am lazy. And the flowers I'm going to be using here are fake. So it does not matter. Anyway, gesso dries pretty quick, so I hope I'll be back in a few hours. Who knows how long? I'm hoping to come back in like 30 minutes and check it, and if it's dry, continue filming. But yeah, I know myself too well. I'm gonna get distracted by something. I take ADHD medication, and it helps a lot, but I still get distracted by all kinds of things. Okay, anyway, I will be back later. Okay, I'm back. Let me fix my camera a little bit. It has been actually over an hour since I painted this. Probably about an hour 15. It's completely dry. It was actually dry had an hour, but I was in the middle of making paper and I was like, I don't want to stop. So next what we're gonna do is we're gonna paint it black, and I don't have much black paint left, so I'm hoping that I can get it all covered. Oh, and I hope there's no white in this. So I'm wiping off my brush right now. And I'm just gonna take it and making sure I get into all the little places because I don't want any white showing. I was making paper, and somehow I don't know how. I guess I must have done it not thinking about it. Something plasticky got put in the paper shredder. And so I had to pick out a bunch of plasticky pieces on top of how I normally pick out the big pieces too that do not pulp. It was pretty annoying. That's what I got caught up doing because I was like, it's gonna just bother me if I don't do it now. Also, I decided to, since that happened, to not make as much paper as I was planning on. because I was like, this stuff can go to hell. I'm not doing it. Because it already took like 20 minutes just out of the small batch that I had just made to. I'm going to put this on my wrist again. To get it. To get it out. So I'm not happy about it. Yeah, really, really not happy about it. It was very annoying. Also, my blender is leaking a bit. I fixed it, but it's leaking a bit. It's also starting to get where it's not cutting up stuff as well as it used to, which, yeah, I don't recommend the Magic Bullet at all because even when I first bought it, um, it couldn't shred kale like by day 3 of using it. So yeah, don't spend money on a Magic Bullet. But the one upside is they do make replacement blades, so I can buy one. It's good enough for paper, but it's not strong enough for kale. Kale should not be stronger than paper, but apparently it is. But I have a because you're not supposed to use the blender you use for food with it because of the ink and it will kill you. Uh, and if you're like, oh, it hasn't me, I use it just fine. It's not an immediate kill. It's a slowly get sick over time kind of thing. Man, this is the last time. I need more black paint. I go through so like black and white. I am always missing black and white paint. Like, does not matter. I have like 50 million tubes of brown paint because like I never use brown paint. And so yeah, never use brown paint. So I have so much of it. I'm not a big fan of brown really. Like I don't know, it makes me think of poop like every time I see brown, like in the abstract. Yet I should think I like chocolate, so I probably should be thinking of chocolate, but the browns that aren't chocolate covered give me a hard time because I'm like, this is gross. Let's not do this. I'm just going around now and seeing if I missed any spots, and it does appear that I missed some spots. Or that it's just shiny in those places. I don't know. Regardless, I have a lot of black paint, so I'm going to make sure I get everything. Oh, there's a big spot that I missed. Yeah, can't turn this. God dang it. I don't really need to get the bottom of this. Get the rim. Because you're not going to see the inside of it. Man, my arm is tired. I lifted weights earlier because being on testosterone, you can build a lot of muscle. So I've been working on doing that. Oh my god, is it stuck in my hand? Oh. I'm getting a little bit of the inside because I feel bad about wasting black paint. And I'm gummering up some spots on the bottom that I realized I missed. Keep bumping into that, and I don't mean to. But yeah, I feel bad wasting the black paint, so that's why I'm painting the inside of this. If you guys are at least enjoying this process, let me know down below. I still don't know if it's not looking like how I thought it was gonna look. I think I went too heavy on the tissue paper, and I needed to be less heavy on it. But I think it's gonna be very Halloweeny, and it's still gonna be cool. Uh, it does kill me on the inside that I messed up. Just FYI. But I mean, no one's gonna know that I messed up except for me. Oh well, and you guys. But don't you tell anybody that I fucked up. Okay, that is painted on the inside a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna leave this for an hour to dry. It's probably gonna be dry in 30 minutes, but I'm gonna give it an hour because I got shit to do. All right, I do not know where I last left off or how many hours I said to let things dry because I think it's maybe been a day or so. So I have no idea what I even said the last time I filmed, but not really important. You guys don't really watch for instructions anyway. You just watch because I'm feral and have no idea what I'm doing. Um, so I'm gonna take a teeny tiny itty bitty bit. Uh, well, that's perfect. Silver paint, and I'm using a scratchy brush. There's probably a name for it, but it's one where the bristles feel kind of, scratchy. And I'm just taking a little bit of that, and I'm just kind of dry brushing it on. Trying not to get too much, and I'm getting too much, but that's okay because I've already failed at this. And, you know, I hope this comes out cool. My friends are always like, oh, you make the coolest stuff. You should make videos. And then I make videos and they're like this because my creative process is incredibly chaotic, which is why I'm the queer and chaotic crafter, if you have not gathered that yet. I mean, that's kind of cool looking. I must admit, that is pretty cool looking. I just wish I hadn't gotten so much in that one spot down there. Well, I'm just really getting it all over the place. My goal initially was to just make it look like it was really tarnished silver. That was kind of, just flaking up and chipping and rusting away. It didn't turn out like that, though. I have no idea how to actually make it like that. I had no idea what I was doing this entire time, if that wasn't very, very obvious. And if that wasn't very, very obvious, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know if you guys can tell because it's shiny, but yeah, that's where I'm putting the paint on. So yeah, you can kind of tell. Try to get a little bit again. You're gonna drop. That's way too much. Oh well. I guess we're just going with it. At this point, it's kind of like fuck it. So, yeah, I'm gonna call this Feral Crafting. It's probably gonna be the name of this video because, like, dear fucking god, this has not gone even remotely close to how I thought it would go. Ah, shoot. I keep hitting the camera, not meaning to. Ah, dang it. That's way too much paint. Trying to get the paint so it's not so condensed in some areas, but it's not really working. Oops, oh well. Maybe if I just kind of lightly touch it. Like I said at the beginning, I'm posting this either because I did something really awesome or I was entertaining enough for the video to still be up. And I feel like I've been entertaining enough, at least. I don't know if this is good, if it looks cool, or what. But, damn it, I'm making it. It sure is a craft. This sure is a thing that I'm making. Maybe I should just start a whole little series called Feral Crafting. Let's see what we're going to make. You know what? I think this actually looks pretty cool. It's not at all what I wanted, but I think it looks pretty cool. I'm going to do the rim here. See if I can get just a drop. Ah, that's too much. Oh, well, I mean, it's the rim. You can't really see the rim. So who cares? And I mean, none of this came out like how I wanted anyway. So it's kind of like, just go with it. Just do it. It's like Bob Ross says, no mistakes, just happy accidents. So the thing is, happy accidents kind of kill my soul a little bit. Because I don't want happy accidents. I want to make what I see in my head. Which I've never successfully done, just BT dubs. And that's, again, way too much silver. Wonder if I can maybe wet that a little bit. Oh, that's worse. That's worse. That's worse. That's much worse. Come in with the shirt. Oh, that's lovely. And now I've washed away some of that black paint. Cover you up with some silver, and now it looks awful. Okay, I'm going to stop where we're at now. This is what it looks like. Now I'm going to put some flowers in it. And you're about to see how fucking chaotic my desk is in a second when I move this camera around. So I have these flowers. Let me back up a little. I have these flowers that I got from the Dollar Tree from the Halloween stuff. And I just got purple and black ones, and then I stuck some of these candy corn things that are not very perfect, but it was the Dollar Tree, so, you know, get what you pay for. And I just kind of stuck them in there, and then I like taped them together so they'd stay in place. And then because the vase was a little bit not tall enough for it, so I bent these about, I'd say that's about an inch and a half, I think, or an inch or so. And I'm just gonna place them inside here. And yeah, there's the chaos. Oh dear. Oh, please work, camera. Come on, give me my phone. There you go. Alright. And this all together, this is what we made. And like this, or you felt entertained by this, please like, subscribe, and share. And most importantly, I think the takeaway from the video is the only really important thing is that you're making something, you know, and having fun making it. I definitely had fun making this. It didn't look like how I wanted it to, but it's pretty cool looking, all things considered. But yeah, gonna get some closer up on the detail of it. That's really interesting. I think I know ways that I could have made this cooler. Like I could have put a skull, you know, and covered it with that tissue paper and glued it in there and done the same technique, and that would have been really cool looking. But anyway, yeah, just have fun making stuff and stay chaotic.